This next guy coming to the stage, you'll see him at all the open mics. He's a hard-working dude. Please give it up for Mr. Kentoine Johnson.
I recently realized I had to lose some weight. I know y'all looking at me like, really, recently? I was playing charades with my daughter, and every time I did a charade, she called me the same person. I do a charade, I be like, what am I, baby? She be like, Fat Albert. I do another charade, I'm like, baby, what am I? Fat Albert. I'm like, wait a minute, bitch. You call me Fat Albert one more time, we're gonna have some motherfucking problems. Okay, Mr. Kool-Aid Man. That heifer gave me a complex. I ended up taking my ass to quick weight loss. They were like, how can we help you today, sir? I'm like, I'm trying to see my dick again. Believe it or not, I lost 20 pounds. Yeah. Shit, I came back there like, you lost 20 pounds, what you doing back? I said, I'm working on my balls now, I'm working on my balls. I got 2 kids, 2 DNA tests. You know I can't trust my motherfucking wife. You know how hard it is to swab a 6-year-old? You probably don't, but I'm gonna tell you. She like, Daddy, why I gotta put this Q-tip in my mouth? I'm like, just shut up and I'll give you some ice cream afterwards. Now, every time I turn around, my daughter walking around the house with a Q-tip in her mouth, and my wife talking about what she doing. I'm like, just the game we play. It's just the game we play. You know, having daughters, there's certain things you don't want to hear your daughter say. And I took my youngest daughter, I took her to the ball pit, and I told her to go play. And I always hear, Dad, I got balls all in my face. Dad, I got... I'm like, girl, you gotta be quiet. I don't want to hear that. And before I tell this joke, it's just a joke. Because some people get offended by it. I like it. Some people say I shouldn't tell it, but fuck it, I'm telling it anyway.
Yeah.
My oldest daughter, she's going through this phase. Well, it's certain things she don't eat. She like, Daddy, I don't eat chicken. I'm like, girl, you just ate some chicken nuggets. Daddy, I don't eat beef. I'm like, you just ate a hamburger. I'm like, next thing you know, you're going to tell me you don't suck dick. That's my stepdaughter. She can suck all the dick she wants. She can suck all the dick she wants. So, I mean, she gonna... Some people get mad, I mean... Damn, dude, you laughing hard. That's good, you motherfucker. Having a good time on that one. Damn. Shit. Growing up, I stayed in my... Oh, that's the light? Damn, that was...
No, that's my e-cigarettes, right?
That ain't the light?
No.
Oh, I'm like, damn, that was quick than a motherfucker.
That's right.
Oh, it's okay. Man, what was that? Well, anyway, growing up, I stayed with my grandma. And my grandma had the saying, every time you pass the cemetery, you got to cut the music down. So I grew up doing that. You gotta, every time you pass the cemetery, you gotta cut the music down. So I grew up doing that. I get married, me and my wife pass the cemetery, I cut the music down, my wife get mad at me. She talked about me so bad, I quit doing it. So then when my grandma died, me and my wife passed the cemetery, my wife cut the music down. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? I don't listen to that. She like, I ain't trying to wake up that bitch. I'm like, what bitch? She like your grandma. I'm like, she ain't even buried over here. Tell me she might know somebody. You know. That's the life. All right. I recently dropped my homeboy off at his apartment, and he's like, "Hey, don't pull in apartments. Pull it outside. We can go through that hole in that fence." I said, "Man, I don't think I can fit through that hole in that fence." He said, "I've seen jokers bigger than you fit through that fence." So he fit through it no problem. I get stuck. So these 2 Mexican dudes walk by. They're like, "You need some help?" I'm like, "Yeah." So my homeboy grabbed my arms and the Mexican dude grabbed my legs, and I look up. I'm like, Jesus? He like, "No, that's Jesus." So they tugging me back and forth. The Mexican dude, he looked down at me. He like, "Hey, El Negro Pikachu." I'm like, "Did this motherfucker just call me the Black Pikachu?" like he did. I like that so much. That's my official logo. El Negro Pikachu.
Oh, man.
El Negro Pikachu. You know, I even got stress balls. Well, they cute, but they cheap. So here you go. I'm throwing them out. I got 2 more. Oh, you want one? Don't worry. If you ain't get a ball, I got tattoos too. So if you want one, I give you one when I get off. Thank you. That's my time.
Kentoine Johnson!